Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Hi there. How's everybody?
Hi, good.
Good. Awesome. We'll wait a
Doing-
few minutes. Making sure. Okay. There we go.
How's everything with you?
Oh, it's been a crazy 24, I don't know, 36 hours. Yeah. So yeah, it's been tough. So I don't know if you all know, we had local holiday parade, and a gentleman who is not a very productive member of society decided to take his SUV and run over kids and adults that were in a holiday parade.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So I have a gym that I own about 10 minutes from my house that is in a city called Waukesha, which is right outside Milwaukee. And they were having their holiday parade, and it's the local high school bands and the dance teams. And I have members of the gym that their families have been affected. So the last I heard, there are 10 kids in the hospital, 10 that are in the ICU, 6 are critically injured, critically, unstable. And then 5 adults were killed so far.
World.
And yeah, over 40 people were hurt. So of the initial videos that were going around, showed everything, and they've taken those down now. But yeah, the guy was, the cops were called to a place where he was for some domestic altercation with a knife, and he left before the police got there, and he just ran on his own. So it wasn't a police chase at all. So that's what everybody kind of thought. The guy he's got a rap record that's like really long. He actually tried to run somebody over earlier this month. So yeah, he's gonna be locked up for the rest of his life. But one of my members' granddaughters was hit and had surgery on her brain to relieve the pressure, and then she has to have some surgery on her leg. And then just a lot of classmates, like members, kids, classmates were injured. It's just this whole it's a mess. Yeah. It's a mess. So yeah, so it's been a icky day. Oh.
That makes me sad.
Isn't it? It's just awful. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming out. They're having like vigils and stuff in the community tonight. It's really cold here. So anyway, yeah, so I'm okay. Like my family's fine, but I just know a lot of people in that area. So it's just been kind of like, you don't really realize how it affects you until you're trying to have conversations with people. It's just kind of yucky that way. But anyway, so we're hoping that I'm looking to have a blood drive at my gym that will help. So I'm looking to try and do something to give back to the community. So I'm doing some research on that, but there's a lot of GoFundMe pages out there and community pages for people to donate to and things like that. So, but unfortunately you have to be careful that it's not something somebody's not trying to scam you. So be careful. Yeah. Cause we live in this wonderful world that likes to take advantage of people for whatever reason. I don't know. So anyway, so we got Thanksgiving this week.
Yes.
So we do have lots to be grateful for, like, even in times like this, when it's just really negative and it's just hard to like wrap your arms around it. Like, how does somebody even do this? It could have been a lot worse. Apparently there were some guns involved and things like that. So honestly, it could have been a lot worse. And you just have to pray that people make it through and
Absolutely.
yeah. So
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's just, ugh. But we do have things to be grateful for. I mean, we can't control the world that we live in, but we can control us and how we react to it and how we handle ourselves. And that's all we can control, right? And so, yes, we have to give ourselves time to grieve and kind of process that. Like at first when my phone was going off and all this stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh, was somebody like hoaxing? Because it was just so unreal. But then when that stuff comes out, then you're like, oh my goodness. And so it's just processing through that, and time helps you do that. But yeah, and I mean, all we can do is really control what goes on in our lives. The government has its thing, and it's
True.
Anyway. But so we're going to talk about you guys though, and where you're at, where you're going, what's happening this week, what happened last week, what your focuses are. I was going to have a topic tonight, but I just really wanted to give you guys opportunity to, and I'll do this on occasion, to ask questions, get support from each other, but also, Thanksgiving's coming. And if you guys have any okay, we kind of talked about this last week, but how do we prepare for that day of eating and
Yes.
Exercise and all that kind of stuff. And like I said before, there's 7 holidays, there's a couple birthdays, anniversary. I mean, there's 365 days in a year. So if you eat crappy 8 days a year, 10 days, I mean, really that's nothing, right? But yet you can still have those treats and things like that as you plan ahead and put that in your plan for that week. So it's just what it is for me is it's all right here, having that plan. And yes, you're going to be enticed by all the stuff that the holidays bring. And it's good tasting things. It just doesn't make us feel very good. And it's not maybe in line with where we want to go with our health and fitness journey and all that kind of stuff. So how do we keep our minds, talking to ourselves and making sure that we're clear on our vision and where we want to go? And it really is about planning and just, and I don't like the word willpower because, I mean, you do have to have that will and that power, but it really is, where is that vision? Where do you see yourself? And do you want to sabotage that journey, if you will? So, if that makes sense, I don't know. So first of all, we'll start off with, does anybody have any burning questions at all about anything? I'll try and answer it, or maybe somebody else has an answer or something that they do or try that is helpful.
I have a question.
Sure.
I was supposed to have a sweet potato with my lunch today, and I forgot it at home, and I didn't realize it until I got home. And I'm supposed to be having my carbs no later than lunch. So what do I do with the missing 41 carbs?
You know what? I would eat it. And the
Okay.
reason why I say that is, well, that's just a sweet potato. So it's different if you're doing a whole bunch of carbs before you go to bed. The only thing, I mean, you need the calories, right? So you have to get your calories in because you got to, you've already been active and stuff today. The only thing is it could affect your sleep just because carbs give you that energy. However, like potato and rice and those kinds of things are more of a low glycemic kind of a carb. So it's not going to give you that BAM effect like a banana would,
Okay.
or an apple or something. So I would go ahead and eat that.
Okay.
Yeah. If you don't want to eat it for some reason, you save it for a different, tomorrow or whatever, then I would just have a protein shake.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, that's a really good question. So I hear that a lot. It's really good to eat those carbs before dinner times sometimes, just because of the energy it does give you. I tend to not always do that because of eating with my family and stuff. And if I can eat by 7:30, I know I can sleep. But a lot of times if you eat super late,
Yeah.
it really will affect your sleep because it really does. It's revving you up like, okay, let's go. And you don't want to go. You're ready to sleep. So, but
Done
I would
eating.
go ahead. Or you could even eat half of it too.
Yeah.
And eat the other half. Yeah. So you could do that or the protein shake. Yeah. Great question.
Good. Thanks.
You're welcome. How was Hillary's week?
Hi, everybody. Pretty good week. So the new thing that happened in my life was I got access to a spinning bike, and so I started doing that. And I'm not a bike person, and I thought, oh, I could just feel the pain in my butt and my leg, my stuff. And actually, I've done 3 rides now, and I'm kind of liking it because it goes by really fast, and you can listen to some really good music. And
Yeah.
so it's been
So you
fun.
found that you liked it?
Yeah, I'm surprised how much I
I'm
do.
curious because I'm kind of back and forth on whether I might expand to something like that too, but I'm also not a bike person.
Yeah,
And my behind gets really sore on a bike for very long, and I don't like that. So I'm interested. So you say you like that, so I may have to contemplate that a bit more.
yeah. My husband got it because he wanted to try it out, and there's like 30 days to try it, and so same with him. He was not sure how he was gonna like it, but so far we've really liked it. So
Good.
yeah.
Yeah, it makes you sweat. Like it really makes you sweat. I'm not a big sweater when I exercise.
I didn't hear anybody.
But that.
Hey, Patrick. Patrick.
I muted her, I think. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's really good. It's good for your quads for sure. Exercising. And when you're doing the cardio like that, I wouldn't make it like really super long enduring cardio. Make it more of a kind of a sprint or a Tabata kind of thing. Cause do you have it where you can dial it up or down as far as the tension? Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm doing guided rides too, and so
Sure.
they're getting the heart rate up, and so yeah, it's the endurance. I was really surprised how well I did with the endurance.
Yeah.
Because I got to the end and my heart rate would get up, and but I still didn't feel like I couldn't do it. It was like, oh, I got this. This is
Right.
good.
Right. Yeah, the intervals is super important. It's that heart rate up, heart rate down, heart rate up. Because what'll happen with that, especially if you're not going like really like over an hour or an hour kind of a thing, you'll get that we call it the afterburn effect, where you'll be burning fat and calories way far, way far ahead. It won't just be like during your weight training and things like that. So no, it's really a good workout. Like I was telling you, I bought a house, and the person I bought it from had a spin bike. She was a spin instructor, and she was going to leave it. And so it was really nice to use it that way. So, hey Pat, I'm going to put you on mute for a little bit, okay?
Why?
Because you're loud.
I just dropped something. It should
All right, I'll
be
leave you
fine
off
then.
for a while then.
Because if you put me on mute, I'm not hearing anything.
Oh, you should be able to hear.
Well,
But
thank
anyway,
you.
all right, guys. Anything else, Hillary?
No, just for Thanksgiving, one of the things I've done because I love mashed potatoes is I'll take and make we'll take the mashed potatoes and put steamed cauliflower and mash it together.
Oh,
And so half and half, and reduce butter with some almond milk.
oh.
It's really simple, but honestly, you can't tell the difference, and you can just load up and eat as
Right.
much as you want.
Well, that sounds really good. And you almond milk? What did you say? Almond milk?
Yeah, unsweetened almond milk,
Okay.
just like regular milk.
Nice.
Sounds good.
I have to try that.
Yeah.
That's good.
I think I will too.
Between you and Jody, man, you both can cook for us. See, Jody
I
needs
know.
a helper because there's a lot of us.
prepare or give us our menus for the week. I'm happy to do my own cooking.
Right. Yeah, that's good. Just give us our menus. We'll be good to go. I love it. That's great. That's a good way to eat mashed potatoes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna
Any-
do to substitute pumpkin pie, because that's my thing. I mean, I was the woman that over the course of would eat the entire pie by myself. Yeah.
I could
So
too.
planning ahead, and I'm doing okay, well, I'm gonna use, part pumpkin, and I'll use, sugar-free Cool Whip, and I'll get sugar-free pudding, whether it's vanilla or whether it's the cream or cheesecake flavored, and mix into the Cool Whip and end up with, you can layer it like it's a mousse,
Oh, sure.
That sounds good.
way low, still get the actual pumpkin puree in.
Good. You know what? You guys keep posting that stuff because that's really helpful, and it doesn't even have to be a holiday thing.
Right.
Yeah. That's good.
I'm gonna do that with raspberry Jello too,
Hmm.
and mix like the Cool Whip with raspberry. Put some raspberry Jello in the sugar-free Cool Whip.
Oh, interesting. That sounds good too. Huh.
Any flavor it.
I'm such a bland eater, I think, compared to you guys. That's awesome.
I'm
Beetroot.
pretty bland too, Diana.
What's that?
I'm pretty bland too.
Yeah, I'm
Because it's easy for me. It's easy, and I'm usually why I'm always in a rush. I don't know, or feel like I don't have time because I have nothing but time, right? But I always feel that way. So it's easier for me just to pull out and do the old standard, and
right.
I don't mind it. So it works.
Yeah, I
for
don't
me.
either. But it does. I mean, I love to cook. It like you said, it's the time, I guess, to put the recipe and stuff together. But those are really super easy. So yeah, I like that. Those are great ideas.
I'll put that on there. So,
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Awesome.
other stuff, beetroot latte.
Yeah. You told me that one. You should put that out there too.
Yeah, put that out there.
Yeah.
So simple, very good. So I will do that.
Okay. Awesome. I'm writing it down.
Less than 100 calories, maybe 5-6 total carbs.
Huh. Very good.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. Let's see. Karen.
Hey,
Hi. How's it going with you?
I just got back from class. I took a bungee class.
Oh, that's
Exercise
right.
class. That was fun, let me tell you.
Was it?
It
As
was
long as you
fun.
didn't hurt yourself.
Nope. It was kind of neat. It was scary, because you have to trust the bungee and fall forward and do burpees with the bungee, which I hate burpees, but it was fun with using the bungee. It was fun.
Oh, wow.
You just kind of spring and then you push off and it bounces you back. I'm like, well, that I can do.
Yeah. I've seen videos of people doing that. And I think I'd laugh the whole time. I don't know.
Yeah, we were all laughing. It was pretty much everyone was new tonight in the class.
Oh, sure.
So that made it fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Do you have any questions at all?
No, I guess not. I missed what the beginning was. What were y'all talking about?
Well, we were talking about, there was an event here in Milwaukee. It was a very tragic event. You probably heard on the news. So we were talking about that because that's really close to where I have a gym. It's right like within 5 minutes of that. So I have members and friends and stuff that are in that area. So it's been pretty emotional, just kind of dealing with all that stuff. So that's the only thing we were talking about. So you didn't miss anything.
Oh, I'm sorry about all that.
I know, it's crazy.
Sad.
Yeah.
Crazy world.
Yeah, it is. And then we were talking about too, how, we can't control that stuff, and you don't want to live in fear either.
Right.
So all we really have control of is this ourselves. And we really do. So we can focus on that. Not that you don't care about other people, but we can only control what we do. And what other human beings do and the decisions they make, we can't control. So, still sad, but yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah. What about Pat? What you got going on?
Me?
Yeah. Now you can talk.
Everything's good, I
Yeah.
had a really difficult issue this week, but I managed through that. And my show went well, and I sold a couple of pieces since then from online.
Nice.
That was good. The priest bought the Christmas tree
Yeah.
for $135.
Wow.
No questions asked. And he's a cheapo. Yeah. So I was
Well,
shocked.
it's beautiful.
Completely
You did
shocked.
beautiful stuff. Beautiful.
Well, I was amazed. A couple of people came over to tell me that they felt I was in the wrong venue, that I needed to be in an actual art show. I was blown away by what people said. I really was. But I want to tell you a funny story about the gym today.
Yes, please do.
This lady comes into the gym, and I'm doing my reverse lunges. And she was kind of a tall lady and very big boned. And she says to me, if you spread your legs a little wider, your balance will be better. Because I'm always wobbly my first set.
Oh,
So I
sure.
said, thank you. I said, I get better as I go along. So she says to me, how long have you been working out? I said, since July. She goes, what? Lady, you have muscle. Out loud at the top of her lungs. And I said, oh, well, I'm working with, and I did my whole spiel about you.
Thank you.
Then she proceeds to tell me she's got gluten issues and that issue, and she can't lose weight. So I don't know. But I just thought it was pretty darn funny.
Yeah.
Lady. I'm either girl at this gym or I'm lady. I'm not Pat, that's for sure.
Oh, wow. But that's a great compliment.
Yeah, no, really, I was very
Wow.
surprised. But I hear you talking about recipes for Thanksgiving, and I want to tell you that I have no intentions of changing anything because I feel it's all about control. That I said that from the beginning when we started.
Right.
I don't want to eat sugar-free crap.
Right.
I want it, as if it's going to be sugar, it's going to be real sugar. But I will really, really eat way in moderation. Like mashed potatoes, I won't even have more than a half a cup of that.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been doing, and it's been working for me.
Mm-hmm.
My fear will be the next day that I have the same amount of control as I did the first day.
Right.
Yeah.
2 days in a row, right?
Yeah, and I have lost weight again, so I feel like whatever. I had wine this week too, and it goes in. I include everything immediately so that I know where I'm at.
It's important, and you know what? It is about control. It's right here. We talk about that, but you learn
to be able, yeah.
Right. You learn that
I want
it's
to be
okay.
You go somewhere and everybody puts this stuff in front of you.
Yep.
You cannot expect them to, put what we would call healthy kinds of food. So if you can't do it in your own house, how the heck are you going to do it when you're out there?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to give it a shot and we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. And you've done really well. You were on vacation. You've had different parties to go to. You've been out to eat, and it is, it's portion control and knowing you can have those things, but not, the Olive Garden, all you can eat breadsticks, kind of thing. So
an example is on Saturday, my son brought me a chai tea fat-free latte from Starbucks. And it was Friday. It was really good. And of course I plugged it in and I was like, oh my God.
Oh, isn't that something?
So that night he said to me, Mama, you're going to have a glass of wine. And I said, oh, no, I can't. I said, that chai tea latte put me over the moon. So I didn't have it.
Yeah.
And I was still within my calories for the day.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah. You do make a good point. For both ways, like you don't have to have the sugar-free, you can have the real stuff. You just have to be mindful of what it is. Right. So, that goes with anything, like caffeine too. Right.
Yeah,
I mean, some of us, like, I don't do well with caffeine. I have to be really, really careful. So I don't do caffeine. Yeah, it's about,
but I admire any of you that can take a recipe and change it up. I think it's remarkable because I just look at it and go, oh my God, I got to go get all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. I just want to do what I know.
Right.
However, there's some that Pam and who's that? Pam and Jody.
Mhm.
That they look really interesting, and I'm going to try to give them a try when I get around to it.
Yeah.
But I like my staples.
Yeah. I think we were just talking about that too.
Yeah. I kind of eat the same thing a lot, and it works for me.
Yeah.
Like
and you know what? It has to work. Right. And it has to work for you. So what works for someone might not work for another person. Like,
exactly.
And that's so true. It's so true. So, you have to find what works for you, and that's what works for you. And redoing those recipes works for other people, and that takes talent. And it just does. And so it really has to work for you, just like anything.
I'll tell you one thing I'm going to try. My son is a vegetarian, and he got some kind of meatballs that are plant-based meatballs.
Oh, sure.
Impossible beef, it's called.
Right. Yeah.
It was delicious.
Yeah, it is good.
So I'm going to make a sneaky meatloaf out of that for my husband to see if he'll eat it. He'll probably spit it out, but I'm going to try it.
I want you to let us know. You have to let us know how it goes.
Yeah.
Hopefully he's not there listening to you.
No, he's deaf in the other room. So
okay. Oh, you guys are funny. That's good. Now, Pat, you do bring up good points, and we have to keep that in mind. What works for some doesn't work for others, but
right.
Yeah. No, good point. Do it, and even though you change up a recipe, right, doesn't mean you can have, a bowl full. It might just be a cup versus maybe a half a cup. It's all about portion. Well, just because it's good for you doesn't mean you can eat endlessly.
Right.
Do you remember when sugar-free cookies came out?
Mm-hmm.
Holy moly, I was eating boxes of those.
Yeah.
Because they were sugar-free.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Same with fat-free. That's just a hoax because it's not fat-free. It's full of sugar. I mean, it's no fat, but tons of sugar, a lot of carbs. You still need fats in your diet. So that's just, So we've learned a lot, with same with eggs and all that.
We're still learning.
We are. And we all learn all the time, which is, I think it's fun. So cool. All right. Pam, do you have anything?
I don't really. No.
Don't.
Wow.
No. I really don't. I'm not really nervous at all about Thanksgiving dinner. I'm not cooking the whole dinner this year. I'm just taking a few. We're going to my sister's, and I'm in charge of the mashed potatoes. Now, mind you, I have to do 10 pounds of mashed potatoes, so that's no big deal. And I've got to do a sweet potato casserole, which is one of my all-time favorites, but I won't have any, and I'm okay with that. I think I'm going to make some. Well, I don't think I'm going to do some mashed sweet potatoes for myself and have those measured out to take with me. And I wasn't thinking about it until Hillary said about the mashed potatoes, but now I think I was just going to measure my own out of the regular mashed potatoes, but I think I'll do what she said and of course measure them out to take. And some of you might laugh at me about this, but I'm contemplating whether I'm going to take my scale with me or not so that I can measure my turkey and whatever else I might eat there, which probably won't be much more than that. So I'm just deciding because I don't trust myself on eyeballing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it means enough to me that that's what I want to
Right.
do. So I'm just
Go ahead and
Are they
read it.
supportive?
do that or not. Are they what?
Are they supportive of you doing?
No, I'll get mocked for sure. And I'll tell you who will be the worst one is my dad. My
Really?
dad will be the worst. He's 82 though, so he's kind of got the right to do and say whatever. And so I take that with a grain of salt. And I don't want to say that doesn't bother me because it does, but not enough that it would cause me to not take it because I'm going to do what I'm going to do to
Right.
make me feel good.
Right.
So yeah,
You can
you-
get a really cool portable scale.
I've seen those and
Yes.
I've been meaning for a long time now to ask you about those because
Yep.
that one other site I kind of look at a lot. They do that and take them to restaurants
Can I
with
have a
them.
portable scale? I'm gonna have my
What is
husband
it?
grab mine. It's like, it looks like a little tuning fork.
Yeah,
You've ever seen
exactly.
things like that. And
Yeah.
it opens up. I'll
Yeah.
show you. It's in that drawer right there. He's gonna grab it for me. I'm gonna look at the brand. I don't remember it. It's-
Yeah, will you maybe post that in
Yeah.
the either in the group or in our dash or our
Yeah.
turn.
Here it comes. Thank you.
Everybody say hi to Diana's sister.
This is
Oh,
Dan.
hi Diana's husband. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm growing a beard, so I don't get any kisses these days.
Yeah, so.
Oh,
Not gonna
yes,
kiss you.
I don't blame Diana because my boyfriend does have a beard, but he wants to grow it longer. And I said, well, if you do, you know what that means. So.
That's great.
All right. Have a good night, ladies.
He looks good in the beard. I
Yeah.
love a beard on
Yeah.
the guy. Oh yeah,
Thank
my
you.
old man has a beard.
Yeah, he does look good and he just, it's just, yeah, we won't go on. But anyway, so it is Joseph, Joseph. And so here it is. It's like this. And then it opens
Yep.
like this. And you put it down and you put your, and then the little scale part is here. You can zero it. It does, I believe it does grams. Yeah, it just, it's not on a good surface here. But anyway, it really works well. I've taken this many places because you can just put it in your purse and off you go. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But I'll post it in the Elite Ladies group.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I'll put the model number and everything in there. I think I just did Amazon, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
I don't shop anymore. I just order everything.
Likewise, they come every
Yeah.
day to my door several times a day.
Right, right. Yep, yep.
Well,
So it works well.
I had asked her that question as far as if they were supportive because I usually on Thursday nights, my sister and two of my brothers get together and have dinner. So I've been kind of showing up late and just like swinging home and eating what I had listed in my, in the morning. So what I was going to have. So I would eat that and then I would go over and we would play marbles. So of course I started to get a little grief here last time about, did you eat or are you going to eat? And I said, no, I ate before I got here. So of course, once here comes the tone,
No.
And I said, well, I had chicken and broccoli, whatever. Oh, well, that sounds wonderful. I said, so trying to take the high road, I said, well, actually it really was, it was, I had leftovers from yesterday and I planned ahead. So, it really was good. It was Cajun chicken or whatever. And and then when that didn't go the way she thought it was going to go, it turned into, well, how long are you going to do this?
Oh yeah.
As long as I want to.
Exactly.
Until I reach my goals, and two, hopefully forever.
Right, right.
So this isn't about being thin or being skinny. I said, we need to address this. Well, everyone here,
Mhm.
said to him, I keep hearing, you look great. You're doing whatever you're doing is working, but don't get too skinny.
Yeah, constantly. Don't get too skinny.
So I said, this for me, that's not what this is about. Every single sitting at that table are all on the same medication. For me, it's to get fit, get healthy, and hopefully get off the medication or at least some of it.
Right,
Right.
right. Absolutely. That's perfect. Yeah.
Yep.
So we go from fat shaming to skinny shaming.
Yeah, isn't that something? Yeah, and it's their issue, not yours.
100%. I was just gonna say
Yeah.
that. It's 100%.
It's
It
their
doesn't make it
issue.
easier, but
No,
that's exactly
no.
what it is. It's their issue.
Especially, you know, so, and it's more difficult when it's your family, right? So,
Oh, yeah.
whoa, right.
Yep.
It's just setting those boundaries, like, well, this is how I have control over me. This is what I want to do. And
Yeah.
it is the way it is. Yeah. I've been through a lot of different things like that too.
Yeah.
Because I would take, when I was working as a nurse manager, I would take my lunch in my little cooler and I'd walk through the unit and I would get so many comments about, is that your dog? Is that your cat? You know, and I'm like, nope, it's my food. So it's like, yeah. Anyway, but like I said, we can't control that, right? So it's good. It's good to have that support, but also we need to do it for ourselves.
Yes.
I
just
brought
said,
my
that's all. It's a great side effect. What you're seeing is a great, the weight loss is a great side effect, but really what you're seeing is long-term consistency and some sacrifices thrown in,
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. Right.
I brought my food on Saturday. I brought my snack and then my son brought my lunch up. And the director of the thing came over to me and he said, "Are you on a special diet?" They had food there,
Oh,
chili
sure.
hamburgers, just what I would really want. So I said,
Right.
I said,
right.
"Oh no," I said, "I just eat very well."
Yeah.
that-
Right.
That shut him up.
I bet.
It was like,
So Amber.
I'll take you off mute. I got a 6-year-old and just,
That's
Listen.
okay. That's okay. Every now and then I have my dog that barks. So it's
my 100-pound
Yes.
lab just barking. So
right. Yes. So everybody, this Amber, it's her first time.
Oh,
hi.
Hi, Amber.
Yeah.
Hi.
How are things going for you?
Well, I was sick last week.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and it wasn't the COVID, but just a nasty cold. I think my biggest struggle right now is trying to keep up with the calories
Right.
because like you and I spoke, like I will just come home from work and I work at social services and I'm in foster care. So it's very emotionally taxing. And so I come home and I just binge eat. And now I'm trying to be mindful, but yet I'm not hitting my calories.
Mm-hmm.
I'm struggling with that part.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a learning curve. So it takes a little while, doesn't it, guys? To all of a sudden, because you're not used to that. And it's a little bit of planning ahead. And and especially being ill probably just caught you off guard too. And that happens because then you don't have an appetite either to try and get that stuff in. So the important things I'll tell you, and these guys can chime in too, is make sure you, like, if you eat 4 times a day, and I think we talked about, I think you're more of a grazer kind of.
Yep.
And so planning, that breakfast, that lunch and dinner for sure, and taking stuff with you and that, and then having a couple snacks in there, whether it's, now you're doing the 28-day food list. So the snacks are going to be more like your fruits and your vegetables, things like that. And like your meals are going to be more your protein, have your protein sources in it. So it's the turkey and the chicken and all of that. So if you plan those, so would you eat breakfast before you go to work, or?
No, I'm normally I have to be to work at 7:30. So normally I get there, and then I'll probably eat. I normally make like the overnight oats. So I'll do like the pumpkin and I'll eat maybe 8:39, somewhere around in there.
Okay. So I would suggest taking a banana and eating that on your way to work. Get some calories in there. Yep. Because you're working out in the morning, right?
I try to, if not, then I try to do it when I get home.
Okay,
So
okay. I would
Okay.
still go ahead and eat that banana in the morning and then you eat your breakfast. Then I would try and have a snack somewhere in there, whether it's a bunch of vegetables or even fruits, some fruits. Fruits are gonna give you
okay,
obviously carbs, but they're a little bit more calories than like a vegetable, but it depends on what you like to eat in there. And then your lunch, whether it's like
Yep.
a big, and then I would plan like on your way home, eating something.
okay,
Another snack, maybe it's more fruits, berries, grapes, those kind of handful of things until you're off that 28 days.
Okay.
Cut up vegetables and then your meal when you get home. Because you're just on calories right now, eventually we'll be adding your protein grams in there. So
Okay.
your best bet to get your calories are going to be your fats. So like even avocado.
okay.
You like avocado?
I do. Yep.
Yep. So putting that on your salad, you can have, put that on your salad at, like at lunch if you're having a salad or something for dinner. So you get those fats in because there's more calories in those fats. So
Okay.
yeah, so I eat a ton of avocado. And
Okay.
it's really good for you. So don't be afraid to do that. Eventually you'll be able to have nut butters and things like that, which will help.
Oh,
And actual
okay.
nuts too, so trying to think, but yeah, I would definitely eat something.
Okay.
I would eat something in the morning on your way to work because that's going to start your metabolism into, you're going to feel more hungry than eating breakfast, having a snack, lunch, and then something on your way home. If for some reason that doesn't work, like on your way home, just have your dinner and then maybe have a snack in the evening type of a thing. Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, it'll be a little bit easier to have the snack kind of options once you're off the 28 days.
Okay.
Because then it's more of almonds and cheese sticks and just different things like that. The 28 days is maybe I would say you have to really plan with that kind of stuff. Yeah. Does that all make sense?
It does. And I'm not sure, one of the ladies says that she puts it in for the day so she knows how many she has.
Right.
How many
Yeah.
she has. So that's a really good idea because I normally try to pop it in when I eat it. Or like at night, if I got 2 seconds, I'll pop everything in. But then I'm looking and I'm like, oh my goodness, I really didn't hit my goal.
Right.
Or I went astray and I had, string cheese or,
Right.
something. So,
now, one thing in regards to the 28-day food list too, that is I want you to stick to it as much as you can now. However, it's okay to have other foods too if you're struggling getting those calories in.
Okay.
The reason why the 28-day foods is we want to see now as we add foods back in, if you have any problems with some foods. It could be maybe you don't tolerate dairy as much, or maybe it is the whey and the protein, so you figure those things out. Or why am I bloated? Well, maybe it's the broccoli and the cauliflower. Not that they're bad vegetables, it's just they have that reaction. Like for me, some of that stuff bothers me, but I'll still eat it knowing that, I'm just going to maybe feel a little bloated. But yeah, and so things will get a little bit where you can, like, you'll be able to have like the beef jerky and that kind of stuff, and eggs, because now eggs and nuts and dairy are your most common problem foods, if you will. And then like your cruciferous vegetables can be a problem, and not for everybody. So yeah, no, that's a really good, you're not the only one. It's a learning process. You've not done this before. So be kind to yourself. If you're not quite getting there, you're going to get there. And as you're more active, you're going to be more hungry to take all that in.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'll definitely do that.
Right. So, well, I'm glad you're feeling better.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Me too.
A lot of people have gotten not COVID related stuff. It's the colds or the flu and that kind of thing. So,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Are you using the MyFitnessPal?
I am. Yes.
So yeah, I'm the one that,
I thought so. I'm sorry. Yes.
no, I mean, I'll just sit and have my coffee and then I'll enter it in the morning, actually check, the nutrition to see where I'm at for everything. So if you start, that it'll help as time goes on and when you're going to start tracking your protein and your carbs and your fat intake, because that's part of the program
Yeah.
on that
Oh.
app, and hit the nutrition, it'll give you the breakdown.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll start doing that then.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really
It's
helpful.
a lot easier.
And
Yeah.
can I just say that as you go along and you get off the 28 days and you start, adding other things in, after a while, you begin to know exactly what's what. And
Yes.
if you don't
Sure.
put it in right away and you get to put it in later, you're going to see you came up just about right. You might have to add in another snack, which is always a good thing. Or a glass of wine.
Or a glass of wine. Yeah.
Yes,
if
ma'am.
you want to. Yeah,
No.
you'll see. It's great. It's great.
Yeah, it works. It works. It takes some planning, but once you, like Pat said, once you start doing it, you realize, hey, I already know that that's 200 calories or whatever it might be, or that's, 30 grams of protein. And once so next week's after Thanksgiving, I'll be giving you a protein gram goal. So
Oh,
yeah, so then you'll be dialing that into MyFitnessPal, so you'll reach that protein goal along with your calories, and so you'll just be like adding carbs and fats to meet that calorie goal as long as you meet your protein. And we'll talk about that, but yeah.
okay.
Yeah, great questions, great support from you guys. So perfect. Do you have anything else?
No, I think that was my number one
Okay.
inner bugaboo is sure how to get there.
Yes.
I mean, I can get there. Like I can eat the wrong stuff real quick and it'll add up.
Right. And you know what? That might happen, but you're going to do it once and you're going to be like, nope, not going to do that again. It's going to happen. We all have that. So don't beat yourself up. Just don't, you won't do it again. You know what I
No,
mean?
my daughter just came home and she went to a spa and they, did all this stuff. And so she had this little cheesecake and I took a bite and I'm like, oh my God, my stomach is killing me. I can't. I'm like, well, so I'm like, you need to leave.
take that elsewhere.
Yeah.
Like, go to your boyfriend's.
Yeah, right. I'm going to quick mention too, before we go. So with Thanksgiving and the leftovers and things like that, send it with your guests if you're hosting, or, obviously the turkey leftover, there's things that you can eat and stuff, but know that you don't have to eat it.
Make soup.
Yes, you don't have to eat it. And I don't know, somebody in here told me, send it with, get your prepackaged containers and send it with your kids. Like, here's your care package. Here's your care package. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's an amazing idea. Like, send them home with some of the food,
Yeah.
don't have to eat it, but, good. Anybody else have anything?
Well, say one thing about Thanksgiving.
Yes.
The very next day, after everybody has their allotted sandwich, the turkey goes in a soup pot. Everything goes in. I cook this, and everything else gets frozen.
That's a
like
good
gravy
idea.
or potato water, whatever, frozen. And in it all, I do my thing with the soup, and then I freeze it all. And in January, we have a huge gathering with soup night.
Oh, very good. I
So
like
it's
that.
all, yeah, I've been doing that for several years now.
That's a
And
great
people
idea.
actually want to know, when is soup night? Yeah.
That is
But it gets
really,
rid of all the things that you would throw in the soup that were, you could be eating, the
sure.
gravy, the stuffing, all of that. It all goes into the soup.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You guys are smart. I love it. Good suggestions.
I
Okay.
tweaked the sausage recipe. I tried it with ground turkey instead of ground chicken this time.
Uh-huh.
A little bit of marjoram to it. Oh my God, I couldn't tell the difference.
Oh, nice.
And
Oh,
sodium, it was amazing.
For chicken what?
Like sausage, I was using ground chicken, and it was okay. It was
Yeah.
okay. But I went with ground turkey instead of ground chicken this time, and it sage, garlic, salt, onion powder, and marjoram in there, and pepper. And I could not tell the difference between regular breakfast sausage and what I made, but it was a lot less sodium, a lot less calories, obviously less fat.
Right.
So it still had fat in
Right,
it, but
right.
not.
I've done that
So-
with pork, but not chicken.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
made my own pork sausage.
Yes. That's, yeah. Just season it. You just season it and
Mhm.
it's so good. Yeah.
I almost
All right,
cried.
now I'm getting hungry.
I know.
I didn't have my dinner again because
Uh-oh.
it's ready out there. I didn't want to
Yeah.
eat it in front
I
of
gotta
you,
eat
so.
yet too. And, yes, thanks for joining everybody. If you guys, I'll be posting this, of course, in the group. And I want you all to have a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy your friends and family. Be safe if you're driving, traveling, all that good stuff.
I have
And
one more question.
sure.
Does anybody else hate the way they look on these Zoom things?
Oh, yes.
God, my face looks crooked and
Oh, it does not. You
I
guys
think
all
the
look,
next time you got to block out my face.
absolutely not. You guys are beautiful.
No, you all look great, but I look like crooked mama here.
No, you don't. You're a hot mama. You're a hot grandma.
I'm a lady and girl.
A girl. Lady.
Hey, girl.
Lady.
Hey, girl.
Hey,
All right.
All right, guys.
See ya.
Have a great one. Take care.
Happy
Bye.
Thanksgiving,
Bye.
everybody.
Thank you.